Hello world, welcome back once again to the UnChristian podcast. My name is Ndumiso Mazibugo. Thank you once again for joining us for another amazing episode and giving us space in your day and in your life just to allow us to give you some great content and great conversation. If you are here for the first time today, or maybe you're not here for the first time, but you have not clicked on the subscribe button, please do the honors and do it right now. Subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any good content that we are going to give out. My name is Ndumiso Mazibugo. I am not alone today. I'm flying with my guest co-host in the house, Miss Dudu Nkosi. Papa. What's up, my F? I'm good. How are you doing?
It's good to be back.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome.
It's good to be back. As you guys can see, we are outside. We're back to our usual place.
Back in the garden after a while.
After a while.
Yeah.
We're back. That refused to end, but we're back. My F and we've got lovely guests today.
Listen, I'm excited.
Amazing.
I'm excited.
Today. I won't lie, I had a groupie moment.
Okay, all right, come on.
When they first came in, I will not.
You're allowed to.
I had a groupie moment.
You're allowed to. Protocol.
A few glasses of water.
Okay. When you said few glasses of water, I thought you were going to say something else. So today we are hosting the Crown Gospel Music Awards. Welcome them in the house. Crown Gospel Music Awards, South Africa, they are here. The awards are coming up later on in the month of November. I think when this airs, it will be basically next week. And we're excited. It's been 17 years of the Crown Gospel Music Awards since 2007. And today we're going to learn more about the awards, but also we'll learn specifically more about the artists and the nominees that are here. And they're here, they're in it to win it. They're not here to play, they're in it to win it, and I'm excited to get to talk to them. So here are our guests, ladies and gentlemen. You know them, you love them, you listen to them. We've got Mr. Omega in the house. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, my friend. Let me just join my F.
Yes.
My F, let me just join. You just might as well join.
Yes, sir.
You cannot beat them. My F, my L,
Yes. And next to him, we've got Sis Jabulile J.
Sanibonani. Angazi kusho ukuthi bathe if you can't beat them, okay, but my F Sanibonani.
Yes. And right there we have Mr. Vovi in the house. I need to hear this hip hop thing, Yako. We're gonna talk about it. Yo, guys, thank you so much for being here today. How are you feeling about the awards this year? Excited? Looking forward to it?
It's exciting. I mean, for the first time, they are coming to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
And we know that KZN artist, well, it's our 10 guys. So
It's our territory.
Yeah. No, so you're excited. I mean, what an honor.
Yeah.
So to say we are hosting them.
Yeah. I wonder how KZN feels about this. As kissing, guys.
Hey, so
what I find amazing about this whole KZN, I'm not going to say Joburg thing.
Okay.
Because Mr. Omega, you know, I'm not going to make it personal.
Okay.
But you and your very close friend, Mr. Mkokstat, you
Right.
guys are nominated in the same category.
Hey!
Interesting.
The competition.
And
you guys are featured each other in a couple of numbers.
I wanted to say that. I said I featured him, and we just released that song. Imagine.
How does this feel? Okay, so you guys are nominated in the same category.
Well, when we meet, we just say Mganam. Sure. No one is saying nothing. Is
just
Mganam. Right?
Mganam.
Yeah. No. Sure. No. See you.
Because I want you to tell us about the category. I'm not gonna say much of it. You tell us.
Yeah.
Which category is this that when I know no BFF was in KZN are nominated in together?
Okay, myself, I'm nominated for 2.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, that is the best male gospel artist. That's where I'm with Umgano.
Yes,
And
yes,
then,
yes.
yeah, and then the next one is best gospel artist.
Yeah.
But me with Domi, we are at the best male.
Yeah.
So, and that one, they will decide. No, yeah, they are not.
It's not voted for. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
only voted one is the best gospel artist.
Yes.
But that one will have to fast and pray for
Yes,
it.
sir.
Tunkulunkulu nyambandu Domi nyambanda. In the name of Jesus,
Bandunganani.
nyambanda.
I like that.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah,
Let me talk to you, Vovi, about what Omega was saying just
Yes.
now. The nomination criteria or the
Yes.
winning criteria.
Yes.
What goes into that? What do you look for
As-
as judges, as leaders? Then,
Okay, the Crowns, they told us that it's two things.
yeah,
It's the whole industry thing that is taken from the radio stations and
I see.
TV, your activations online,
your impact, your
impact,
influence,
your
right.
influence. What are you doing for the kingdom of God at
Yeah,
large?
yeah.
Even they have the outreach category too, community outreach categories.
Sure.
So your activity means a lot, and then your vote means a lot.
Yeah,
So we know that then people can sing, people
Yeah.
can write beautiful music, you know, and it's tough to compare that.
That's tough, yeah.
Yeah, but now just after you've finished your song, there's a next skill that you have to start.
Yeah.
Marketing, promote,
Business side
do
of
that,
things,
business
yeah,
side of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
So awards, most of the time, people should know, Guti, they are shaped up in that way. It is 40% or 50% talent, but the other part of it, it's part of commercializing,
Yes.
so that we can be valuable, you know, as an
Right,
industry,
right.
as even Ama Crowns Awards.
Right,
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
Sis Jabulile, which category are you in? Tell us.
Okay, so I'm in the best contemporary gospel song.
Yes, I saw your music. I'm like, oh, her sound is so contemporary.
You know.
And she's clear. You are clear on it.
clear,
I'm
ne?
confused. You are there.
yeah. So I'm grateful for the
Yeah.
opportunity. You know, just being recognized. You know, it's, at the end of the day, we were just talking to Omega that it's really not about winning, and it's not about a competition,
Yeah.
gangago. But we are all gifted differently, and
sure,
I think this is just us being recognized for the gifts that God has given
Sure,
us. At the end of the day, it's about the kingdom of God.
Right,
you know,
right,
so.
right.
Yeah, hey, I don't want to go, you know, sasuga seba nama altar call, but yeah, I guess
Yes.
you guys get me.
Music, for me, I have found, other than being contemporary, it's got a jazz element.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did you now come across? Because I know you've worked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Joy Celebration. You've worked with a lot of various artists who came
From-
from the Joy
yes,
Celebration,
yes.
which, if you listen, you can hear there's a bit of borrowing from there. But the jazz element for me is what gets me.
Yeah.
Which is
So
good.
Yeah.
it's so deep and sultry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it fits perfectly. How did you manage? You're going to take a bit of gospel and
Fuse it with jazz. Yeah. It was not a choice. I grew up in a family. Baba is a jazz artist.
Awesome.
So since nje ngazi jazz, you know, that's what has been played in the
Okay,
house.
nice.
And I think I was just fortunate with mina then ngisindi. So,
Yes.
but now I still had that jazz thing, you know,
Yeah.
because that's where I grew up. So
Sure.
yeah, it was a matter of I don't know, mangqala nje ngithi ngibhala ingoma ukukhala jazz. So you know, it's just the fusing of both the different types of music,
Sure.
but we're talking gospel, but in jazz. At the end of the day, for me,
Yeah.
it's gospel. The message
Awesome.
gets across. Yeah.
Awesome. Omega, man, what a journey of your life in the industry.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Prophet Nazim was so instrumental in putting you on, man.
yeah.
Your friend who's late, may he rest in peace. How has the journey been since around that time? I heard a story where your father spoke to Nazim
When
and
I
said,
was
listen,
still young.
here's my son.
Yeah.
Do something with him.
True.
And now you are here.
True.
How has that been?
It has been a tough one. I
Yeah.
don't want to lie.
Okay,
If there's a time I needed God the most,
Ish.
it was when I got the news.
Yeah,
My
when
friend
Nazim,
is
yeah.
gone. And I remember they called me in the morning because Nay passed on the previous night. and
Yeah.
They called me in the morning.
In the morning.
Because, and when I asked why, they said we were debating at the house. Who's calling Omega? You know, it was tough. The wife couldn't call me, his brother. It was tough. They had to call even some pastors to say, can you handle it? They
man.
said,
Hey.
till the wife took it
Yeah,
by herself
yeah,
and say,
yeah.
I'm bleeding, I'm crying, but I will have to call this one.
Sure. Wow.
But God has been faithful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, man.
I took the baton. I'm running with it.
So well.
And I believe that He's smiling to
Yes,
this.
he is. Yes, he is.
I'm happy that
Yeah.
I didn't even drop the ball.
Yeah.
And I will continue to do this. you know,
Sure.
to say we're still here. The tough one is that, my friend, I cannot. Spirit Music approached me and said, "Can you do Friends in Praise?" I said, "Guys, I love you. I respect you. I love that concept,
Yeah.
Friends in Praise, but it's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna look for Nate for that person."
So they wanted you to bring someone else.
Yes,
in
to
Nate's
say let's do
place.
this, and it was not even. They even said it. They say, "Omega, you're not pressurizing you. We are just suggesting. You're not pushing you,
Yeah.
And it's not in contract.
Yeah.
We just want to hear. Will you maybe
Sure.
want to continue from your side?"
Sure,
I said to
sure.
them, "It is a tough one. I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
I'll be able."
Yeah. What have been some of your highlights
Yeah.
in your career? Stuff that you happened or you achieved that were like, wow, this was so powerful. Some of the highlights in your career since you arrived.
The greatest ones, because we are in the gospel industry, which is the kingdom.
Yeah.
It is when I led people to Christ, because of
Amen.
my music. It is when people come to testify
Come
to
on.
me and say, "Oh, I got healed when we were ministering." So that itself, and other things, they just added, because seek ye first
The kingdom of
The
God.
kingdom
the kingdom
of
of
God.
God and its righteousness, everything. So touring the world, going there
Yeah.
and there and there, those
Yeah.
are just additions.
Yeah, man.
But I think those ones, when somebody says
Sure,
my life
sure.
has changed,
Sure.
my life is changing because of your ministry.
It's amazing
Right.
stuff.
Speaking of ministry,
Yeah.
Omega, you were raised. Your father's a bishop. You
That's
you were
right.
you were raised by
Yeah.
by a bishop.
Yeah.
Was there no pressure for you to go into ministry? Because I know what your
Yeah,
music
pastoring.
is. Because the latest album of yours that I spent time with
Yeah.
in Busisile, I don't want to lie.
Wow.
It was like a journey of healing. There was so much in your music about healing and about. So I know that is your ministry. But was there never any pressure for you to follow in your father's footsteps, or open your own church, and that was there never such, or was this what your father expected of you? Because obviously he pushed you in this direction of music. Is there never any talk of you taking over his church one day?
Well, there is. That is why I think
I'm a PK too, by the way,
Yeah.
so I understand this very well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You too. I see.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's going on here?
You guys are killing me.
Are you born again?
I am very born again, my brother.
Well, my father spoke to me about it, and he didn't even put pressure. He said to me, "I know that the call of God is upon your life."
Right.
Glory.
And the question was, how? And God hasn't spoken to me about it.
Of course.
But if he spoke to my father,
Yeah.
and he will tell me to say the call of God is upon you. I wanted to say to him no. And actually, the time I was approaching my teenage level, I wanted even to quit this thing. Because being a PK can make you quit.
Tough, man.
Can make you
tough.
Yes.
say, what is this?
Yes.
Because here is your father. He's even hacking the very same person he was crying and complaining about. And they were crying with my mother at night to say, but Ubabu Banban, why is
Yeah.
he doing this to us?
Yeah.
And I will look at them frustrated. But come Sunday morning, they are hugging, they are praying for this, they are blessing the very same person. And I said, Lord, well,
I see.
is this how it should be? But then I have to learn that, we have to be Christ-like.
Yes.
When you are Christ-like, you have to then to say, you know what, forgive, you move on, and you just, So I will say, I saw it coming, and here am I. He ordained me as a pastor. I had to say yes, and then,
But
That's
through your
good.
music,
That's
I
good.
think you are building. Also,
Yeah.
my question was, the hurt of losing your wonderful, amazing friend.
Yes.
How did that influence your music in dealing with the pain? How has that influenced your music? How have you poured, your heart and soul and
Yeah.
and the pain, because obviously we have to deal with pain
Yeah.
in more than one ways, right?
Yes.
We can cry, and I know you artists,
Yeah.
you pour your pain
Yeah.
onto your music. How
Yes.
has that loss
Yes.
affected your music?
I will say God at times allows us to face certain pains, and He allows them. I will repeat that. He
Yes.
allows them, knowing that tomorrow I will be a healing hospital for other people
Yes.
through my ministry.
Amen.
So, losing my dear friend, I believe that I am here today singing to the people who are broken.
Yes.
And I'm also leading them to say there is healing.
Yeah.
Amen.
KaSizulu ukhona umqombo.
Umthombo.
Umthombo ne? Yeah, ukhona
Yeah.
umthombo.
Umthombo
You know?
wokuphila.
Yeah. And then we are led to those moments whereby Christ allowed this so that tomorrow
You can heal
I can
somebody
yeah.
else.
So today I can stand in front of people and boldly say God can take you through the process, through the healing, and you can be strong. You can make it to tomorrow. You can stand. Here am I today. I've lost a dear friend of mine, but I'm still able to say dipelo di robegile. You know, memoya le yona e dubehile.
You are now living the song.
Kodwa sinengcaba. You know, so we are basically that's what I can say.
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
The controversy behind bringing the awards from KZN, because it was a KZN. We are from KZN. We are from KZN. We knew Durban ICC. We understand that. Crown Gospel Music Awards. So now tell me, what was the vision behind moving them from Durban? What was
Every visionary sets up goals to say, I am setting this at this geographical location.
Right.
I am capable to do it here. I grew up here. I've got enough strength. But after 15 years,
I know.
after 15 years,
Spread your wings.
because our country, let's remember one thing. Our country has this structure that everything is directed from Pretoria.
Yes. Not from Joburg, from Gauteng.
From Gauteng,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
because that's where the parliamentary,
Yes.
all the leadership of the country is. There's this thing between Cape Town and Joburg, but the president is always here.
Yeah.
Most of the address of the country comes from
Here.
here. So in our way of doing things, I'm from Eastern Cape,
Yeah.
from Abanya, from Northwest Abanya, from anywhere. You come to Joburg to speak to South Africa.
To the melting pot.
Crowns have been known to be KZN.
Right.
Yes.
And stuff. But now when they come to Gauteng, they embrace the country.
Come on.
To say it's no longer about KZN. And the final good thing from now on, our language says crowns are next to all the big awards in Africa.
Yes.
Because now they are sitting where in the position of power,
Yeah.
where they are in Gauteng, where the leadership of the country is,
got you.
to address all the gospel problems we have. Yesterday we were at the expo in Senton. No one could expect gospel in that platform.
Wow.
But we are like, Crown Awards needs to be known by every sector, because now we are commercial.
Yes.
We are driving these Mercedes-Benz. They don't want to sponsor us, but we are driving their cars. We are using Aromat at home.
Yes.
The Christian community uses a lot of products
Right.
whenever we do our events and churches and stuff.
Yeah.
So we want to position ourselves to say, in the market, we are people too.
Sure.
And now if people are going to listen to us because PEP, head office is in Gauteng, Ellerins, Gauteng. Anywhere you go in the country, those people will tell you, we are not trained. If you go to Jumbo stores, I want to do this, I saw this on TV, they're like, no, we're not trained. It's all centralized in Johannesburg.
Yes.
So the country is still there.
Okay.
So now when the crowns move on the 16th year, they move to Gauteng. It's a good thing for us.
Yes.
All of us
Yes.
within the kingdom of God.
the
So
win.
Okay.
those are some of the
reasoning.
the reasons that we looked
Why.
at to say, let's say yes, because we are seen now as a province thing.
Sure.
We are seen now, although we have about Omega, national artists, big stars on the program, but it's a KZN thing.
Yeah.
So building the talent.
So now it's a nationwide thing.
Thank you.
And next it's going to be
International.
international
thing.
Yes.
Because for now we even have a category that represents Africa as a whole.
Yes.
Good.
So
yes.
we know what the continent is within this. So we want to push for international.
Tell me, what do you think is the importance of awards in the gospel industry? And I want to ask this to all of you.
Okay.
What is the importance of having an awards ceremony? I mean, our reward is in heaven, doesn't the Bible say so? Why do we want to to win
be rewarded on
categories and
earth.
stuff?
Yeah.
You want to have a first bite and then everyone else can join.
It and give it to my friends.
Yes.
It's the light in the dark.
Ooh.
It's as simple as that. We need to be seen acknowledging talent, acknowledging works,
Even on earth.
even on earth,
Yeah.
because we are putting our light on top of the table. So if it's a ceremony like this, it will show that, hey, Baba Mazibuko did very well on this.
Sure.
He did a very great campaign, and the song is beautiful.
Yes.
And the young generation must learn from what we do.
Yeah.
So if we're in our corners, no one will ever know. We'll never influence the next
Yeah.
generation. So awards are sort of, I saw when we were there at the nomination party, and I was like, what's going on here? We are wearing white. And then someone comes and says, Baba, we celebrate. I'm like, oh, Sisanele, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
So we are studying heaven on earth, to
Yeah.
say, let us acknowledge each other.
Amen.
Let us get to the next level of being able to say, sisi wenze kahle, muhle umsebenzi owenzileyo, Omega wenze kahle, here is your earthly crown. We are raising basically.
That's good. Want to jump in?
And also, I believe that awards are helping in terms of that us artists, we should work on our crafts.
Thank you, sir.
Take our work serious, professionalism, how to do things well, because you want to be nominated, you want to be acknowledged, but you cannot be if you are not taking yourself serious.
Correct.
So I believe that they are helping in terms of that. We are not competing, but they are helping in terms of that you should take yourself serious.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's working. Because every artist wants to write a good song,
Yes.
so that they can be nominated.
Yeah.
And when that comes in now, it changes the whole gospel industry to say we must do things proper.
Sure.
Yeah.
And with excellence, right?
Excellence.
Yeah. Sister Jabuli?
Yeah, I think also for people like myself, people who never really got an opportunity to be out there easily like that, being nominated says to people who don't know me, go check her music. And when they check the music and they listen to the messaging, the intent of creating that music is now being heard by the people that need to hear it. Because when we write songs that some of them, like I think Omega was saying, that they speak healing. They're speaking about things that we've gone through. They're speaking about things that God wants to do as impilo zethu nezimpilo zabanye abantu.
Yeah.
But they will not hear that sound, they will not hear that message if you are not recognized and something pushes them to go and actually listen to your music. So for
I
me,
like that.
I've really gotten that opportunity for people to listen to my type of music. And like you were saying just now, but it's jazzy, but when you listen to it and you listen to the message, then you realize, okay, this person has gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe nami, I can write manglalela music, but
you.
which is something that would have not happened had it not been for this recognition.
Awesome. Omega, we're going to let you go now because of your time here if you be somewhere.
Yeah.
Your new album.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
21 songs. Amazing. I will say it on that. That's a beautiful
Thank
album.
you, man.
Excellently done. Production is excellent.
Thank you, my brother.
I remember when you were shooting.
Yeah.
You were also bold. There were 2 other big events on the same night.
On the same night.
When you were shooting. But anyway, that's not important. But
Yeah.
how has the reception been to the new work? What are you bringing through the new album?
The songs, my friend.
Eesh.
God gave us grace to write the
Yeah,
songs. I think
yeah.
we've got 15 new songs
Yes.
that are very
Yes.
good. And like she was saying, I believe that actually I should have called that album Jesus album. Because if you can check all the songs from song number 1 until the end, there's the name of Jesus mentioned and couple of times, and I believe that is doing something. The healing, the testimonies that I'm receiving already, I mean, is amazing.
It's amazing
and I really
stuff.
bless God for it, and I also pray. That is why that night we had a serious challenge. Sound was giving us problems, but I believed now that, no wonder. But I'm standing
Makes
there
sense now.
victorious, standing in the presence of the Lord
sir.
and say, Lord, thank you for that project.
Sure.
It's doing amazing.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite songs, personally?
Yes.
Well, ke kgathetse go itwanela first
Oh,
track.
I love that one.
ke
It blessed
kgathetse.
me so much.
The
It
song literally
blessed
says,
me
I am tired
so
fighting for
much.
myself.
Yes.
I want you, Lord,
Lord,
to
to
take
fight for
over,
me.
to
Yes.
fight for me.
Yes.
That song.
Amazing,
Yeah. And that has been my
Yeah.
prayer for,
Wow.
for I think this whole year.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, gore ke kgathetse ho itwanela.
Hey.
I'm giving it all to you.
Oh my
it's
God.
because we move around the world. Kunezimpi ezenzekayo,
Yes.
and we try to take them upon ourselves.
Our own strength.
But
Tired.
it's not for us. We just give it to God, and it's almost like wainehela.
Yes.
Like you're giving yourself
Yeah.
to God, and
Yeah.
it's like whatever ke kgathetse, let your will be done. And that song in Hlonolofaditse, I like to the max.
That's beautiful.
To God
To
be the
the
glory.
max.
No, man, congratulations on that album.
Thank you, my
So,
brother.
so that album doesn't really fall part of the awards because of when it was released.
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes. So
Yes.
we have a single that I
Right.
released before the project. Though, so I believe that single is the one I used and then connected me to the awards.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
later on, I released the album, which I believe that it will have a good chance now to be entered for next year,
Yes,
2024, because
Awesome.
of the
the
time.
time,
But
yes.
it's doing well. Yeah.
Ah,
And then
man, it's
lastly,
beautiful.
sorry for to doing this. There's a song again there. Apagum is a Xhosa song. I said I'm gonna attempt to sing Xhosa this time. And then the good thing as well about that is that I've represented all the provinces
Yes.
in
Yes,
that
yes.
album.
And the features are really good,
and then I
man.
even went to Botswana, and then I even took another boy from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So the album is well balanced. Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it, love
God
it,
be
man.
the
All right,
glory.
all right. We're gonna take a break. You're not gonna see Omega after the break, but when we come back, we'll continue our conversation with the Crown Gospel Music Awards and the nominees, and we might have someone joining us again.
And please vote for me. Round 6.
Not to me.
Don't make a mistake. Crown 6.
Yes.
And this is the number 34069. Everybody say it. 34069.
Crown 6.
Crown
Crown
six.
6. Crown
Crown
6.
6, please.
Before we let
Love
you
it,
go,
love it, love it, love it.
before we let you go, Omega, what's coming up? What should we be expecting from you? Performances?
Yeah.
What should
Projects,
what should
whatever,
be
yeah.
projects?
There's a couple of invitations coming on, but there's a tour, Murorisen tour coming 2023, and we're gonna start off come March.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now, it's Spirit of Praise. My invitations.
Yes.
I'll be before the year ends. I'll be twice in Zimbabwe.
Nice.
Botswana.
Africa's opening up for you,
It's
man.
opening up.
Which is
It's
which is
opening
which is
up.
great.
Amazing.
I'm really grateful. And there's already, because of one of the songs in the album, Emmanuel, I got an invitation in Ghana. Yeah, already next year. So there's
Man.
there's a tour. There's invitations. Of the Lord has been faithful.
Keep the podcast
Man.
up to date,
Yes,
and then
man.
we
I will.
will be there. We
Yeah.
will definitely be there
Wow.
to support.
Yes.
Okay.
You're doing amazing things.
Yeah.
You
We
are
wanna
doing
go behind you
amazing
and
things.
support.
So we would
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
to be behind you
Wow.
and
I
supporting
appreciate
you.
it.
So
If you need anyone to carry your bags or a bouncer,
yeah, it's heel bounce.
I'm here.
Yeah, heel.
I can wear black suit, sunglasses,
Definitely. I will.
whatever, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
so much,
All right, ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, let's take a break. That was Omega, Jabulile J, and Vovi. We're going to continue our conversation after this short break. All right.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. You're still with us on the UnChristian podcast on the special edition of the Crown Gospel Music Awards. They're here one more time. Make some noise wherever you are. There they are. And of course, we have a new face right here in the studio, Mr. Spubanda.
Yes, sir. Yes,
welcome,
sir.
welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Let's
man.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. How do you feel about the awards and being nominated and all that?
I'm very excited. It's
Yeah.
very humbling, you know, and some people always say, don't you get used to it? No, I don't, man.
How many times now? How many
I
times
don't.
now?
Yeah, man.
How many times has it been?
I don't. I mean, I must get a crown now. It's going to be my 7th one.
Wow.
You guys in your office.
Make
seven,
sure.
ziphelele mazu-7, please. So if I just win one, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
7th one, I'll be okay. But I'm nominated twice
Yeah,
for
which categories?
best traditional song
Yeah.
and best music video.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I've won music video before,
nice.
a traditional song, St. Lizania.
That's the one that
As
you
a
want.
belief.
That's
Yes,
the one.
good.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
tell me, the gospel dude.
Yeah,
How
bro.
did that
Yeah,
name
bro.
come about? How did that name?
It's because Sibadala but si young at heart.
See you Tendala. Is that what you're trying to say? What to see you Tendala?
Yeah, it's in Bendala, but in Pretoria, where I'm based, there was a time where previously I was an ambassador for 5 years, I think. Yeah, for 5 years for Boggart Men, and they used to dress me up. I would look so cool, you know.
Okay.
And then the people would say, "Hey, this dude is looking cool. You know, this gospel dude is looking cool." That's where it started, you know.
Okay,
But I'm the
okay.
gospel dude because bakamuting yabangena. But it's the sweat and the charisma, mabasho. But I love it because it did not come from me; it came from the people, you know. So that shows that the people are loving what's going on.
Yes.
And yeah, that's what humbles me always.
Okay, and you're
Yeah.
still in touch with the people.
Of
you know?
course.
You're always in touch with the people.
Of course, we need the people. We are doing what we're doing for the people.
Of course.
Where do you
Yeah.
see traditional gospel
Yeah.
as a subgenre? Where is it now? Is it evolving? I think it is.
Yeah.
It's taking, or should I say, borrowing a lot from the contemporary side. I see a lot of full bands. Usually, traditional was one piano.
Yes,
Yeah,
true.
Roland E09.
Yes. Yes.
But we stand. The Masiti traditional city
Yes,
stand. But now we
exactly.
see a bit more polished sound.
Yeah, true.
Also, we are seeing new songs.
True.
Traditional was always based on
Ama
hymns.
chorus,
Belong,
yes.
belong.
Ama
Now
chorus.
we're getting original songs.
Yes.
But what are your thoughts on your
Well,
genre?
I once had people saying traditional music is dying, and what I said, no, it's not going to happen.
I mean, it can't.
As long as we are in South
I
Africa.
know, yeah.
And what you're saying is actually adding to what I said. Because instead of us remaining laid back, we're improving the traditional sound. So, you know, using now the beautiful sounds, putting live music into it, Sfagi stand within a live band, you know.
Yes.
So the future is really bright. And if you check South Africans, we are so proud of our diversity and our different languages. So you can't find, you can't get to a place where traditional music is going to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, where before you had joined us, Ovovia had mentioned when we were speaking about nominees,
Yes.
how you're nominated, and he mentioned work outside the music.
Yes.
Work outside the music. Yes, 50%, 40% of that of your nomination comes from the music, your talent.
True,
Yes.
true.
I need to know. Tell us more about the work you do outside with your NGO, because you do
Yes.
have projects
Yes.
that you are running. Tell us more about those.
Very
How you're touching the people in that way.
The gospel is basically a message about Christ and about hope and about love. So we need to actually show this. We need to portray this. We need to walk the talk, you know. And I took it to my heart to make sure that at any given time, at any point, if I do a show, whether it's gate takings, whether it's bookings, I take 20% of everything into charity, you know, because I am kind of giving back to the people, of course, the people that made me,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and to say, look,
yes.
man, I still need you. Whatever you're doing for me, I would wish to actually be a blessing to you too, you know. So umsebenzi, the music if you are going to talk gospel, you have to have an impact to people, and you need to show love. So that's what I'm trying to do, with the NGO, and with being able to give. Bible, it's blessed the hand that gives than the one that receives. So that's what I'm really, really hoping to keep doing in the 100 years to come, because Milanglese is your pillar.
Yes,
until
of course.
100, Yeah.
Amazing. While we talk about genres, let's get into the hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop man.
What up?
What's up, man? What's up, my boy?
Yeah, man.
Hip hop. Hip hop is not new in terms of gospel.
Yeah.
But in South Africa,
It's very
rare. Ne? But what was your sound before, and how did you transition to hip hop?
As I think the major thing that I'm known for in the gospel industry is a producer.
Right.
Sviso, Lundi,
Yeah.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
Mukwena, and stuff.
Yes.
So that time, Temi Nkosi did Satana Jamba My Fence.
Yes.
So that time I'm in the studio at Stilldale at EMI, and I'm thinking, we just finished an Avante album. And what am I going to do now to be different from everything that I've produced?
Right.
Because now Tim Kosi is coming up with this kind of gospel we want. And that song was written by Robbie Malinga.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, Satan Chama Fence was
Really?
written by Robbie
I
Malinga.
didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. So that time I'm like, and then guys, we forget. Job does gospel rap.
Yes,
That
it
is
does.
true.
Yes,
That
it does.
is true.
We forget. It's right in front of us. It's been there.
Yeah.
Ismail did a gospel rap song.
Yeah.
But Mana Senziwa by these guys is I see Tibanese.
Sure.
But my sense of my crest to say to like, what is this? What is this guy doing? A certain pastor said to me, hey, these kids are not like this when you're not here. So it's been there.
Yeah.
It's been happening, but we never noticed. You
Right.
know? So we're happy. We get happy when we see other artists like the Drip to
Sure.
say Undi Kokele since
Yeah.
back then has been a gospel rap
Sure,
song.
sure.
You know. So we want to push that genre.
Yeah.
You know. Much further.
Yeah.
It's even nice now that there's even a piano.
Yeah.
You know, Jakes, the producer,
Yeah.
did a very nice album on a piano, but
Yes.
the message, as what Ujabrile said earlier, you can do the message in whatever sound you choose.
Right.
The genre is just sounds.
Yeah.
In the genre, it came from the distributors. It's not us.
Yes.
They were trying to make sure that in their stores they're able to say jazz is this side, this is this side, just to identify ukuthi lo muntu lona usounda like this.
Right.
Now most of the time we are stuck in that philosophy.
Sure.
You can match 3 genres or 4 genres,
Sure.
but when we create in the studio, you're like, I'm gonna take this road.
Yes.
Because it's from traditional gospel.
Yes.
But I'm going to take a piano from contemporary
Yes.
and mix these sounds together.
Yes.
So in our process of creation, I wish those people who named us that this is gospel rap, would be there in the studio to see Gucci. It's a cooked meal.
Yeah.
We're making music when we're in the
Sure,
studio.
sure,
Seven
We're not
colours.
creating a genre.
Yeah.
We're making a music and we put it aside and then we write a message.
I get you.
No matter how we do it, but so it's been there.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I want the youth in church.
Yeah.
And amazing with on the coker.
Yeah.
They don't come.
We've got a lot to thank Coke Flanton for, right?
Yeah.
For revolutionizing.
Thank you, sir.
And he took the beatings for us very early, so that you guys can walk the journey.
Yeah, Lecrae,
yes.
and Keflin Crane,
And a lot of guys, right. Hip hop is associated with a lot of negativity.
Yes, that
Is
is
this a
what
way
it is.
to redeem that genre?
The people outside hip hop, they look at it like that. We inside it, brotherhood is the best thing you find within hip hop. And the hip hop becomes the home for broken boys.
My goodness.
Listen to every lyric they write.
Yes.
Even if they are cursing, listen to the curse, you'll hear a broken man right there. And then that's where you are able to find the problem.
Yes, I get
And
you.
then you can create a solution
Sure,
for that.
sure.
So in our world, it's the same thing. it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Abanye bazozukisa,
Yeah.
abanye bazo express themselves
Sure.
what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, so when we are there as Christians, we say then at the end of the day, Christ will solve this.
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah, I get
At
you.
the end of the day,
No,
we
hip-hop.
come in and say, bruh, you can cry.
Yeah.
You can say whatsoever. My father left me alone.
Yeah.
These boys are crying now. So you get into in their atmosphere, like, oh, these boys are broken.
Yeah.
These boys are hurting. So we need to push them to write those brokenness,
Yes.
the brokenness message,
Package it
and then
differently.
package it and find Christ.
Amazing.
To say Christ is a solution to that.
Sure.
Sis Jabulile, speaking of messaging, you are very big on GBV, gender-based violence, and how you've also written a song about GBV. Do you mind sharing your story? What how you got to that point where you're like, as much as this thing happened to me, it's not going to be, I'm not going to let it take over. I'm going to put it out there and let other women know who
Which
are
is
going
brave.
through this.
Very
Very
brave.
brave, yeah. Other women who are going through this, you are not alone. How did you get to that point?
Sure, it was a journey and a half. But I think what bottom line, you know, they always say bottom line.
Yeah,
Right.
bottom line.
So bottom line, the message that I wanted to get across, there was no better way of me. I could not think of a better way instead of a song. Yeah, so I had to put it in writing.
Sure.
And basically, if you listen to that song that I wrote, it's called Tembalami. It's
Love
basically my whole life in marriage. From the first line until the last line. But the last line simply says, Guti, even though ngidlule lapho, there's still hope.
Yes.
And hope can only be found in Christ alone.
Amen.
For me now, it's a message I'm trying to get across, Guti. Whether we are Christians, whether we are non-Christians, at the end of the day, we all go through stuff. You know, we all go through a
Love it,
lot.
love it,
And
love it.
I think in the Christian community, we try to bury it and sing a kulumi.
Yes.
Act like
And
it doesn't
pretend
exist.
as if
Thing
it
and
doesn't
pretend as if
happen.
it's not happening within the church. I mean, I was in the worship team singing every Sunday, and yet ngivuke that day ngishayiwe. You know, and you have to stand there and you have to pour your heart out to people, lead people in worship. It's difficult. It's not something that is easy, and for even to get out of that situation, it took a lot because I had to think of your abazalwane.
Abantu bazothini.
You know, like your
Yes.
worship and your mhlawumbe ngizoxoshwa esontweni. I thought of so many things, but at the end of the day, I saw God's grace. I saw a lot of support. I think with me starting to speak about it, sing about it. Then you know there was that openness. A lot of women came forth who were Christians who said, you know what, now I'm going through this. You know, I went through this. Or, you know, so it's at the end of the day, the message gets across. Either we speak about it, either we sing about it. At the end of the day, what we want to do is
message.
get the message across.
I love it.
Amen. That is
If we talk about the business side of gospel, right? And I want to ask a two-in-one question. We've got now, everyone is doing live recordings. It's become the standard. Before, it was so hard to even think about live recording because of the expenses and how big the project is. But I want you guys to bring the audience into that understanding. Ukuthi, what does it take to pull off a live recording? And then number two, how do you make the money back? We don't have CDs anymore. This thing of streaming and royalties, is it working? What are you guys doing? Let's talk about money. Please
Yay!
tell us.
I'm telling you, I know it's hot.
That question, Baba.
For me, engishayeka kakhulu ukuthi I did my recording in 2019.
Yeah.
2020 we were hit with COVID. Yo,
Everything stopped.
yes,
You
I
couldn't
felt-
promote, you
I
couldn't be on the
promote,
road.
every single thing that I thought I was gonna do as a promotion, it had to fall off. I had to think differently. Like I had to say, imagine we're going digital pen.
Yeah.
And then I had printed CDs, I had printed DVDs, and you know, like my plan fell apart literally. But at the same time, I also identified an opportunity because if Bengi Hambisa ama CDs only, my music wouldn't have reached the US.
Oh,
My music would
yes.
have reached Germany.
Yes.
Now I get people from out, like globally, honestly,
Yeah.
that are sending me messages with, I'm listening to you.
Wow.
This is wonderful. You know,
Amazing.
wow. So it has opened doors. Yes, it hit me hard, but it opened more doors. I always try to look for the positive in everything. So with that, for me, I honestly,
Yeah. So how was it for you, man?
I guess I can.
Just start from the beginning. I want to record.
Yeah.
What goes in? Who do you talk to? How do you organize?
You need to get the band, you need to get the producer, you need to also have the songs ready. You know,
the engineer, the equipment.
engineers, the mixing, you know, the post production, you know,
the
all of
cameras,
that is expensive. And you're looking at companies these days, they don't really sign artists because they no longer want to really spend. So they would wait for you to go record and look at your product and say, we've seen you've got 10K views on YouTube in a day. Can we do this for you? You understand? So basically, everyone is trying to make sure they don't lose. You know.
Ballpark figure. What are we looking at if someone wants to record live?
Do a live
Ballpark,
recording. How much?
Just
Yeah.
estimate.
Well,
200,000.
you can. Nothing for me. It has never been less than 500,000.
Ooh.
You know, I've done 2 live recordings. And both,
500K.
just the recording alone.
Yeah.
And then from there, like she's saying, you need to have a PR plan in place.
Yes.
I went through the same thing. I recorded end of 2019. And on the day my CDs were in stores, we were locked down the day before. We had to do a morning live interview online. Instead of going into studios. You understand?
Now you can't sing the song.
You can't sing the
Yeah, you can't
songs.
perform.
Stores are closed with posters and newspapers saying the album is out. You know, the very same day, Makale Maktua Namsha, we are locked down. The following day, that Friday, my album was in stores. You know, and from there we've never been able to sell from the shelves ever again. You know, so it's been a blow under the belt. But by the grace of God, it's Bible, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God delivers them from out of them all. What I'm trying to say is, I'm going back to what I said before. The gospel is about the message, and God provided and God enabled us to do the live recordings. And if you are going to think money only, you are going to commit suicide.
Right.
But if you make it about the message, you know, you'll go beyond the money. And the other thing is, you don't necessarily always have to do a live recording. I mean, my song that is nominated now, the recent song, is the first song ever done in studio.
Oh, all right.
And tell you what, this song done in studio, if you look at all my music that's on YouTube, it's got the highest views.
Interesting.
Within 6 months, it got to over, actually 3 months, it was over 100K views on YouTube.
Wow.
And you look at a song, Ndiwe Wote, that I did 6 years back,
Yes.
it's sitting on maybe 300K.
Yes.
So you can already tell Uguti, manje, these days, it's not really, we need to come to a place where we think money-wise and we think about, it's not about the sound.
Sure.
Manje, it's about the message. If you have a good song, whether done live or done in studio, it will sell.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
the message will go and people will buy it and it's going to get played.
Yeah.
And some people don't really understand this. It took so much from me, you know, to do away with the live. I'm a musician myself. I play the piano, and now thinking to get uvovi, ayongidlalela ama roads studio, ama strings. You know, I'm thinking, but I can tell you, you look at how the song has been received. It's getting more airplay on radio, especially because studio project sounds very good and clean
they're
on
polished.
radio.
On radio.
You know, compared to live.
Live
You know,
recordings,
so live music is good for your visuals.
And energy is different.
And energy is different, and you see people singing along to your songs and stuff. However, that is good for shows. The people, unfortunately, the people that rush to come to our shows, they love the energy, like you say. But they don't really necessarily, are not the same people that buy the stuff. Because they've already had it. bafikile ngama-phone bathatha ama-video, you know.
Bashuta.
By the time uthi uyarelease, bakutshela ukuthi silindele yiphi ingoma. You know, we can't wait for this one. And they just download. But the people out there, abo mama, you know, the people that say mntanami safuna ma-CD. Senza kanjani? How mama ma-CD ourselves. Then they now ask their kids to download for them. You know, it helps. And then they see it on TV as well. It also helps. But I think, like I said, the same way traditional music won't die. Also, going to studio is not going to die anytime soon. Yeah, we just need to make sure that your sound is relevant for the current events that are happening. That plays a role.
And you can record live in studio,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That is true. That's true. Putsibu, because you've been in this industry since what, you were 15, I guess. You've been in this since you were very young, since you were a teenager. For me, it's how did your parents see this? Ukuthi as in lo mntwana sizomthatha la eMpumalanga, simhambise to the big bad goalie, and he's going to make it. Like how that journey, you know, because I mean, most people find it difficult to convince their parents to let them do this. But with you, your parents were the ones who said, we see a vision in this child. So we're going to let him do his thing.
I always say I'm really grateful for the way my parents saw me and saw my talent. And they actually took an initiative to nurture it. Because I actually started playing the piano at age 4. I don't forget the story where my cousins and my friends were playing outside, but me, I got lost for hours, you know. Didn't know where I was, but bangithola ngaphakathi kwe-wardrobe ngizama ukudlala keyboard time, you know. And they were now going to sleep. They're like, where is this guy? We've been looking for this guy. I'm poor Milapa. You know, I'm stuck in that thing. I didn't know it was late.
And then you've been in there the whole time.
Then my dad said, no, man, this boy's got something. They started teaching me at the age of 4. When I was 7, I was already singing in church. You know, you know, I was a little star. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, man.
I would do weddings
The
at 9.
gospel dude.
Yeah,
The gospel dude.
I was already going to weddings. And I'd also play the keyboards. So then what then happened is my parents said to me, look, we can see you love this thing, Mkulo, but you need to have a different career outside the music in case, because it's a seasonal thing, in case it doesn't work out for you. But they said to me, okay, so you need to do something. I went to school. I convinced them to leave Joburg while I was still in high school to say, okay, I'm going to go to Joburg and do the music while I'm in high school. 2 years later, I'll go to tertiary. I'll still continue. So I went and studied civil engineering, and I was also doing music after school. So after that, I told them, okay, now I'm going to do my music now, you know. And by the grace of God, in the spaces that I find myself in, Manje, that civil engineering works, you know, in the construction world and whatnot. But I'm doing that to survive. But my passion is in the music, you know. So there's melodies playing in my head, you know. So I kind of did both, and thanks to my parents that actually saw the need to actually support both, you know. So yeah, I would encourage parents to definitely support the gifts of their kids, especially at a young and a tender age.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
That is amazing.
Tell us, Vovi, what can they expect coming to the show? Coming to the awards. It's okay. What can people expect?
I'm
He's trying to be an Amabera. Tickets are on sale and all of that. Just give us a few details.
They are available at Ticket Pro. The lowest ticket is $400.
Yeah.
But people should follow the Kanawat page. There was a lot of competitions there.
Yes.
There's a lot of prices that we've dropped to $250.
Yes.
Like the competitions that you're also going to do here.
We're also going to run a competition. You can win yourself free tickets. Stay tuned. We're going to give the details.
Yeah. So we want 7,000 people at the FNB Stadium.
Yes, sir.
I know.
To
Ngane look.
pack the dome. There's gonna be a nice marquee dome there, and then we will be wearing our. Our crowns get glamour.
Yes.
Red carpet will be shisa.
Carpet, yeah, gold carpet, S02. So we're closing the year.
Yeah.
And this coming Friday, we will be having E20 prayer at Grace Bible Church.
Okay.
Soweto. So, and we'll be traveling throughout malls, Zongama Southgate malls for activations. People should, whenever they hear Crown Awards activation, they should come because there's chances to win tickets and take pictures with these superstars.
And our hip hop stars.
Yes, not forgetting the hip hop stars. Not forgetting the hip hop stars. Yes.
So it's gonna be a great time, because as I think Omega said this, the songs will be able to carry us here as a nation. More than anything else, what the Crown Awards are about. I remember in Durban, I think it was 2013 or 2014, when Dr. Tumi came and said nothing without you. Remember, we know that KZN is Ngendlala.
Yes.
So here we are, all the artists are tense.
Yes.
We are all sitting down there with, hey, who's winning, who's not, who's not. And then Dr. Tumi comes.
Yes.
And then he sings Nothing Without You.
Yeah.
What's that? I've never seen that song, what it did to the
powerful
gospel
song, though,
industry.
guys.
It changed
So
the
what
whole
the crowns
narrative.
are about mostly, besides everything else, is that message and that specific song that becomes song of the year or whatsoever. But that song really, I was like, Aibo, KZN, everyone is standing up who say,
Yes.
hi guys, can get into me. So that's exactly what we are going to be looking at this time. About Put Canaan, about Taps David, about Dumi, about Tina, about everyone will be there,
Yes, sir.
And the major thing that unites us all is the message of Christ.
Amen.
This all is just for us, as he said. Kuyasiphile nje.
Yeah.
Siyazama ngocommercial ukuthi
Sure.
siphiwe ngibawe gift zethu.
Yeah.
And then sisebenzise A1 ubawo ongeza sinike enye. Sisebenzise 2 ubawo ongeza sinike enye, So but the major thing, bottom line.
Bottom line.
Bottom line, we're just gonna have a great time.
Amazing.
In the presence of the Lord. Sinqula ubawo
Yeah.
ukuthi asincede as we continue to unyaka olandelayo.
Amazing stuff.
Tell me, Bovi, new categories.
Yeah.
That I'm sure you've added new
Itende.
categories. Yes, Itende is.
And there's a new one on its
Yeah.
own.
No,
Also, it came out of traditional.
Yes.
I see.
Itende became that
Yes.
new
Yes.
that was introduced.
Study category my podcast. Angazi noma.
Because you've got radio stations, you've got yes,
Powerhouse,
yes.
Power Gospel House, Mira PR.
Really?
The whole
We
company
need
is
Christian
trying to-
podcast.
We need a
category.
podcast category.
Seriously.
Yes.
Guys are doing a lot of work out there.
That'll be nice.
I know people who specifically focus on gospel, like Unewo,
Yeah.
Khomotso.
Yes.
You know those podcasts?
Yeah.
He does great work. He's specifically focusing on gospel
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
and other Christian content like us and others,
Yeah.
Ompumile Dwaba, etc.
Starting from you.
Yes.
Of course.
Because you guys did a great job.
Yeah.
The logo in your chest now, that logo is all over.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, so you did a good job, and
Thank
we
you.
will pass this on and
Amen.
really ask our crowns because the board and the management are people who are really creative.
Sure.
And
Sure.
their scope is very wide.
Right.
To make sure now that we're even here in Gauteng,
It's easier now.
it's easier now
Yeah.
to grow this thing
Yeah.
further and
Yeah.
further and engage the whole Christian community.
I love it.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Thank you for chatting with us. I'm excited to be there
Yes.
with my F
So we see
in the red carpet.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to everything that's going to happen. I've never been, only just seeing it on TV.
Wow.
So the CTV, that's my
Yeah, this is
So vela na.
come to the awards, see us there. we're going to arrange something where we can actually have some kind of exhibit, not a store, but
Yeah.
there where we can have a booth where we can
Yeah.
also interview. Our banner will be there, you'll find us.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the awards.
And competition, Maya?
yes.
Our viewers can...
Tickets. Tickets. Right, let's remind people about how they can vote.
Yes.
Which categories are votable?
Yes.
Right, it's Song of the Year,
Song of the Year, and then the best TV show.
best TV show.
The-
See, if there's a TV show, there should be a podcast one. Anyway,
Best TV, best radio,
nice.
and then
Artist of the year.
best artist of the year.
Nice.
Yeah, we mentioned Song of the Year, ne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So vote.
They can vote, and then they can go. Zaina vote, yeah. Then they can go to the CMGA website.
CMGA.
Yeah, Crown CGMA.
CG.
Crown Gospel Music Awards
Right.
website to
Right.
follow everything there, and also our page,
Right.
Crown Gospel Awards page.
And the
Amazing.
SMS number, it is
It's
3...
34069. So they can follow all these artists that I've mentioned and make sure that they vote for their favorite and support them. The voting basically is just increasing the income streams for the Crown Awards
Yes.
to be sustainable.
Yes.
Before I close my mouth, we want at some point, you don't see the Grammys or the whatever awards internationally, government being the biggest sponsor.
Yes. Yes.
Because the industry has supported
Yes.
its own platform.
Yes.
So in South Africa, we complain about many things, and we forget that if it's aligned and sponsored by the government, if you're complaining about the government,
There will be certain
thank
things.
you.
There will be certain
Thank you.
attachments.
There
Yeah.
will be,
We need to
because-
get a point where we carry it ourselves
Thank you,
as a
sir.
kingdom.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm even campaigning to say next year the SMS line should be made 10 rands.
Sure.
You know, to vote.
Sure,
If we can get 10 rands
Sure,
from people,
sure.
the crowns would be a much bigger platform.
Yeah.
Would stand strongly on their own because people don't know what the executives go through when we go back for sponsors.
Yeah.
There are other things that we don't like as gospel people.
Yeah.
But we sometimes like you. I for the sake of Christ, Buffett.
I see it.
I see it.
Yeah, no, I
So I
get you,
just
bro.
ask people to really be patient. The platform is growing. It's a new start. It's a new season for this year and going forward.
Great
Oh, great.
stuff.
Amen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are giving away 5 tickets, 5 free tickets to you, our lovely viewers and audience. This is what you got to do, all right? You have got to be subscribed to the channel. You've got to be subscribed to our Facebook page, not mine, the UnChristian Network. You've got to be following us on TikTok and Instagram. But also, you've got to be following the Crown Gospel Music Awards page. Okay? Then you have got to tell us. You're going to send a message in the comment section of this episode. Tell us 2 artists that are nominated in the awards, their name, their surname, and what category.
And their crown number, because they each have a crown number.
Yes.
And their crown number
number,
as well. Yes, they must
See?
work.
Yeah,
They must
yeah,
work.
yeah.
But what is your crown number? Because, yeah.
Well, by the grace of God, mine is not a voted category.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Ngiyabaleka nje ngenyawo zombili.
Ngabe uyacampaigna manje.
Lezi ezivotelwayo, no, ngiyabaleka. But I think like we said, there's about 4 or 6 categories that comes with the number.
Yes.
So those ones, please, they must
Yes.
really look into those and push the votes.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
No, we're looking
Awesome
forward
stuff.
to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our episode for today with the Crown Gospel Music Awards team and nominees. I want to thank all our guests and artists who showed up today. Thank you to Omega. Thank you to Sis Jabulile J. Thank you to Vovi. Thank you so much to Bra Sbu Banda. Check out their music on all digital platforms and on YouTube. Stream that music, listen to it, share it as well with your world. My F, you've been amazing.
Thank you. My effort's been amazing
Yes.
being with you.
Yeah.